Hi.
What's up?
What's going on?
Nobody's joining us. It's just us.
That's okay.
It's been a week, Chris.
That's fine. They would have known because I would put in like special guest, Gladiator 3196H. So what's going on? You play any games lately, man? I saw you playing Fallout. Don't lie to me. I saw you.
Dude,
I saw you playing Fallout on Xbox.
Stalking me on the Xbox.
You popped I saw your name in there.
I had to go find that stupid mascot thing that was running around Nuka World or whatever.
You're probably so far ahead than I am, man.
I don't know. It was like some expansion. I had like this quest and medallions.
You got the expansions? I didn't even get the expansions.
It wouldn't tell me where to go.
Fallout 4.
So I had to just like hunt around and be like, I need to talk to this person and return these medallions. And they were like, would you like to learn about the medallions? And I'm like, yeah, tell me about the medallions. And they tell me about the medallions. And then I'm like, well, I have the medallions. It was like grayed out. And I hit it anyway. And they're like, oh, so you do. Everything's good. So it was like almost like a bug in the game. And I was like nervous that I'd have to walk around with these stupid medallions and have that quest in there that could never get finished.
They're releasing a new, like the definitive edition or something.
They always do that stuff
for Fallout 4.
You spend $80 on the regular game, then you get all the expansion packs.
And
then they come out with the Game of the Year edition or
that's what it is. I think
the Ultimate Edition for like $20 with everything.
Yeah. Well,
so
they got because they got to recoup somehow. I stopped about halfway through the game, the story, and I just focused on building the base.
Oh, I don't even mess with that.
That was awesome.
I don't care about that.
I made videos on and
like
everything.
Your settlement's under attack.
Let him die.
It's okay. There's more of them than there are me.
Let him burn. Yeah, that's true. It's a good point.
So
listen,
let them do it.
Listen, you're not lying.
Not lying. I just can't seem to carry enough items, or I can't seem to have
enough space to carry the items you want.
I'm always encumbered. Over encumbered.
Are you using the suit?
No.
Why aren't you using the suit? That's why. Put this power. Oh, because then the cells run out.
The cells run out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then I leave it in the middle of the woods someplace, and I have no idea where it is.
How many suits you have?
I don't know, like 2 or 3.
You get the Patriot armor suit?
I have no idea, dude.
Oh,
dude, I don't know. All I do is run around with my hunting rifle, and I shoot things, and that's it.
I like the VAT system. Can I tell you, that's the first real Fallout I played. I played a little Fallout 3 when you had 3. Yeah. I know you loved 3. You played 3 for a while. Yeah. But then I got this one because I fell into that trap because those commercials were awesome. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I got to get this game. Yeah. Played it. I streamed it for a while. It's a fun game. I've been actually thinking about going back.
It's good. I mean, I was just bored, and I figured, you know what? Let me try this.
Oh, I wasn't even on my Xbox. I was on the app on Windows 10, and I was doing something in there, and I saw you in there. Yeah. Anyway.
Crazy.
All right. So we're gonna talk about some stuff.
Yeah. Movies, probably.
Movies. Let's talk about movies. Let's do it now. Okay. So here, click. Sorry. What do you got? I'm doing you. You first.
Oh, me first?
Yeah. What do you got?
I have, like this happened last time. I'm sitting here staring at the screen. As soon as I hit something, now it goes sitting there loading.
Oh, it's loading? Oh, God, fine. Look at mine. Crying out loud.
Boy, you get these crazy horror movies.
I know, say it. It's great. Say
Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge.
Toulon's Revenge.
Tell me about it.
Okay, so you know the Puppet Master series, right?
Yeah.
You're familiar with it. I don't know.
The little puppets.
The puppets, all right. Yeah. Toulon's Revenge.
Well, they weren't really puppets. Were they puppets?
They were
just
actually
like little creatures that ran around.
No, they were actually puppets. So this is the prequel to all of them.
All right.
The third one, they went back, and they kind of retconned itself because Toulon was supposed to have died in 1939, but this movie takes place in 1941. So it's like his origin story. So they retconned it a little bit for this one, where basically he was this guy Andre Toulon, I believe his name is. He was a puppet guy out in Germany, like, and the Nazis basically found out that he has the ability to bring these puppets to life because the Nazis were doing this reanimation program where they were trying to reanimate dead soldiers, but they were turning into like violent zombies. So then one of the guys was watching this puppet show, and then they saw that they were putting this like little like elixir into the puppets. Him and his wife. Anyway, wife dies. She becomes Slug Woman. There's the 6-shooter guy. You want them all? There's Tunneler, right? Pinhead.
Wasn't there like Doll Man? Who was the Doll Man? Wasn't there like
that? Might have been in the I don't know. Not in this one. And then there's so there's Tunneler, Pinhead, and the 6-shooter, who they call 6-shooter.
Oh, what a good name.
I'm just trying to find here featured puppets: Blade, Pinhead, Leechwoman, Jester, Tunneler, 6-shooter. And then there's Jin the homunculus in a flashback and Mephisto in a flashback. So, yeah. So those are all the guys. So that's what we're looking at. That's basically what that was.
I feel like it would have taken less time if I would have just watched the movie.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm sorry.
No, come on.
I'm sorry.
Funny how I turned that fan off and it's still going. Do you hear it though?
Still going. I don't care.
The night we never met.
This is a movie starring Ferris Bueller, and it's a movie about somebody named Sam, who kind of gets like a timeshare or something like that. Not so much a timeshare, well, a literal timeshare, like an apartment in New York. He shares it with 2 other people, and he has he gets it for like 2 nights a week. Right, they split like Tuesdays and Saturdays or something. Like he gets the thing, and somebody else gets it for 2 days. And
who else is in this? Say your name.
Annabella Sciorra.
Yeah,
something like that. Is that it? Sciorra.
Yeah, Sciorra.
There's Kevin Anderson, Jean Triplehorn, Justine Bateman.
Oh.
And then a batch of other people in here. However, check this out. Sam is responsible.
That's Matthew Broderick.
Matthew Broderick, yeah.
Sam.
And then this guy, Kevin Anderson, who's Brian. He's a little messy, a little sloppy.
He also shares the apartment? How many people share the apartment?
3 different people. 2 nights a week.
Him, her, and the other guy?
Yeah. Maybe somebody gets it for 3. I don't know. Maybe they alternate. I don't know how it works.
What?
Don't know.
They live there?
They live there, but they don't. They only each get like a night or something. I don't know.
What? That doesn't... Where else do you live then?
They share occupancy. I don't know.
I'm just...
I'm not into the logistics of this. I'm not really invested. All right? All right, so listen. Here's what happens is Sam and Brian swap schedules. And Ellen, who's the girl, starts to kind of accuse Sam of being like the sloppy one and stuff. And
what's her name? Ellen?
Ellen.
I hate that name.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So her name is Ellen, and she thinks she was always like, oh, Brian was always messy and everything like that, but she'd always, she got them confused. She didn't realize who was who.
Oh,
because they switched their schedules, like the days that they had.
Okay.
So she'd get there, and the place would be a mess, and she thought she had Sam before her. But she didn't. She had Brian before her, so the place is messy. But she didn't realize that they. Yeah. Yeah. So
I gotcha. What the hell is the point of this movie?
I don't know, Chris.
I mean, at least Toulon's revenge has a point. It's a revenge plot where he goes after the Nazis who killed his wife. But now go ahead. Well, I don't. It
just says, everything goes well in the movie. Sam has a problem with both of his roommates. They're disgusting. Don't seem to share his views on responsibility.
So
this is from IMDb.
Ellen is
courtesy
too?
of Murray Chapman.
Thanks, Murray.
Yeah. So he's discomfort with his living arrangement. He agrees to share the occupancy of another flat. He gets 2 nights a week. The owner, Brian, who's soon to be married, and Ellen, she's a painter seeking relief from her boring marriage. They each get separate nights in the flat. Apartment. It's an apartment. This is the United States.
Yeah.
Okay,
you don't have to get mad about it.
Well, I don't know who wrote this. Murray Chapman wrote this.
Come on.
So anyway, things go extremely well until Sam and Brian swap nights without telling Ellen.
She gets pissed.
She attributes
She's pissed.
She attributes the nice things that happen around the place to slob Brian.
Oh,
because I guess she.
No.
I guess Sam originally had the nights before her.
Right, and who was very.
And then it switched. Now she thinks
Sam
got sloppy and Brian got better.
No.
Anyway, that's honestly 2 different sources. There's Wikipedia and this is IMDb about the same exact kind of thing.
I'll never watch that movie. What year?
Looks
like 90s.
90s, 93. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so. I was right.
Anyway.
Great.
Don't care. So
no. All right, here's what we're doing. You got Pinhead, Leech Woman, and 6-shooter. Well, good call on that one. I'm not cutting that out either.
I don't know why I had to comment on it. That's obvious what happened.
What? What? I'm not. Is there a spider on my head? I don't see it now. What? Do you see it? I don't see it.
No.
This is rapidly going off the rails. The spider's crawling on me.
Yeah.
Is it really above my head? I can't see
The
it.
thing on the wall.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It was just jumping up the wall.
Dude, it's a spider cricket.
Yeah. They're everywhere.
Oh, you son of a bitch. If you're not watching this, guys, we shoot this in a basement. All right? Our studio is in a basement.
Yeah, it's not by anybody's choice.
I like this backdrop, but the point is there's some creepy crawly things down here, okay? Look, nobody likes bugs.
So these puppets are going to be sharing an apartment, is what you're saying. Is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Puppets are sharing. They never see each other.
They stop.
They
stop working. Oh my god.
I get like 12 hours. You get 6 hours.
No, they'll do the.
I get 14 hours.
Can you do me a favor and just let me know if it's jumping at me, okay?
Dude.
So let me know if it's jumping at me.
There's like a million of them.
Remember that spike?
That one's not jumping
Remember we
at
were
you.
shooting in the back of a friend's house. We were shooting in his shed, and the spider attacked you, and I got it on camera.
Oh, I don't remember.
You flipped out.
Really?
Yeah, you took that. You took your costume off. Oh, it was great. You flipped out, dude. You're like, get it off. Anyway, yeah. So
It's fantastic.
I figure Leech Woman. All right, look, you got Pinhead, Leech Woman, Jester, Tunneler, Six Shooter, and Blade.
Yeah.
Who would Leech Woman? Because we need the girl. Who would be? I think Pinhead.
Pinhead and I don't like Six Shooter.
Jester.
I don't like his
How about
name.
Jester? Jester's like
Jester's a little. Yeah,
He's
sets
the
traps.
sloppy one. He's the sloppy one.
But he's sloppy. Like he leaves like a top hat with a bunny in it.
Yeah,
Just
that's a
lying
magician.
around.
That's not a jester. Jester's the.
Just go with it.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Son of a bitch. What else? What do we do? Oh, sorry, guys. This is we're being attacked forever here. It's going off the rails early. I'm trying to think of something. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's got to be the puppets. There's no reason. Look, they're not puppeting anymore. They're not henchmen. They're not hench puppets anymore.
They're just. Well, that's the thing is in between.
Oh no,
movies,
this is
man,
you're right. You're right. What are they doing? Where do they go? Where do they live?
That's it.
I know that. I'm trying to remember them. I think they don't always. No, you know they are always alive. Screw it. They're always alive.
Mm-hmm.
In between movies and in between capers. I don't know what they do. In between
That's
murders. In between horrible murders, they share flat.
But that's the thing is not everything is exciting. Like there are people in the Star Wars universe, right? For example, that are just hanging out at the bar. They go home, they work, they hang out at the bar, at the cantina, and then they go home.
Yeah, that's true.
Like some of those crazy creatures you saw in you know,
they're just regular
original
blue collar aliens.
But that's it. And the thing is, it would be fun to see a story like that where there's nothing at stake.
Would
There's
it
nothing.
Be fun, though? Would it really?
They're just
be
on their
fun?
job, and there's something going on, and they're like, "There's a lot of sand in this reactor. We gotta clean it out. Oh no, the whole place is gonna go up if we don't do it."
That's twice you've done a British accent today. I just want to point that out. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. But that's the thing is like not everything is like, oh, the thing's gonna blow up the world, and there's a big crazy orb.
Obviously
that has a
they made that
blast
movie. Okay, that's dumb.
This could
I
take
actually
place
think I remember
in the
that
X-Men
movie.
universe.
You're right.
Right?
It could.
That's it.
They could be X-Men, but they're not.
But
They're
that's
just
it.
Dumb
And it's
people.
they just
All right, so
you know,
so we got the so that's it. The puppets, man.
they don't need to be superheroes or
No,
mutants while they're home,
They're puppets in this one.
sitting on the couch,
Yeah,
eating spaghetti.
it's true.
It's the stuff that they do outside of there that might matter. That they're saving the world.
We did this too. We did this with
Yes,
something else
we've
too.
talked about that.
But it's a good thing though. I like it. But that's what I'm saying. So these are murdering puppets who you know, when they're off work, when they're not on the clock and not murdering people, not setting traps, you know, some of them happen to be sharing an apartment.
There you go. Thank you for saying apartment.
So, but are we going to...
Stupid Wikipedia even says flat on it.
I know. Are we going to...
I'm going to track the IP address. See where this is.
Fine.
Where it was posted from.
Where's that spider cricket? Is it on my head yet?
Not that one.
Another one's coming?
Well, there's a whole bunch. I don't even know where that one went.
Oh, God. So, what do we... Anything... Is there anything special about it?
There's nothing special.
I feel
they
like
just hang out. There's quirky little things. Like I said,
like one of them murders and brings it home. I told you we... Jester murdered this guy and brought him home.
I meant to get rid of that, and now it's sitting in the bathtub.
Right.
You were supposed to get rid of it.
Leech woman comes in. She
Except in the
just
middle.
wants to relax, take a
And
bath.
they're sharing like maybe like a Barbie dream house,
Oh yeah, it's little.
right? It has to be
It's
little.
like a tree house or something. Like it's something like that's like it's. Barbie, I think it's a little because they're bigger than that. I think they're like
Oh,
they're
a little
bigger
bit
than 12 inches tall. I believe. Yeah.
Well, Barbie was
2
like
feet.
Oh, really?
She's 12
really?
inches, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, but I know what you're saying, dude. It's a small. It's
Yeah,
like it's actually. How about it's actually in the place where the puppets are like wherever they reside, wherever the I don't know the puppet master is, and he just has it in the corner, and like the three of them like we're gonna, and the other guys are just like, you could just go anywhere you want. You don't have to. And like no, I gotta clean up after Jester in the apartment. Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds good.
The other puppets don't get it. You know. All right, so that was called The Night We Never Met. Let's go about Medicine 3, 200 rents.
The puppet we never met.
Puppet we never met. God. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst part of this job.
The worst part.
The night we never puppet.
No.
The puppet we never met.
Stop.
Fuck, you know what? Screw it. I don't care, man.
No, stop. You're not.
All right, come on. I want to do something with The Night We Never Met. The night we never killed. Because they're murderers. The murder we never met. The victim we never met.
Don't step on the top hat.
Jester's top hat.
Must be a really small little rabbit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, it could be a regular sized top hat, man.
Oh, that's
And
crazy.
he's in there with
And
the
they're
rabbit.
like terrorized
He's
by the
in there
rabbit.
with
Like,
the rabbit.
oh my god, he's gonna get me out of his place.
Why are every one of
I
these
don't
puppets
know.
British?
I don't know.
Oh man, I'm going. That's fine. I'll go with it. Oh god, I hate this.
Yep.
Can we call it Toulon's apartment?
Toulon's flat.
Toulon's flat. Yeah, let's do it. I can't, man, because
Talk into the microphone, please.
I'm writing down, man.
I know, but you're killing me
It's
with it.
fine.
It doesn't matter. No, it's not.
Toulon's flat.
There you go.
It's done.
Good deal. Next.
All right, what do we got, TV?
Yeah, do I go first on this one?
You sure do, buddy. If you can bring it up, crying out loud. It's Baywatch.
It's Baywatch.
It's good. It's good, Baywatch. He showed me a picture of Mitch.
Yep.
That's good, man.
He knows.
Showed me a picture of Mitch. Nothing needs to be said about that. Let me get mine. This one is going to be good. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
Say it.
It's Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow with Jordy himself, LeVar Burton.
Okay, bring it. Let's see what we can do with this.
All right, what do you? All right, so Baywatch. Okay, hold on. Can we just let's ingest this for a second here.
Yeah.
There's a lot we could do with it.
Tell me about Reading Rainbow.
Reading Rainbow.
Well, first of all, let me tell you about Baywatch a little bit. Lifeguards, save people. Shark attacks.
Boobs.
Shark attacks.
Hobie.
Drowning. A lot of it. Hobie.
Drama. Sex and drama.
David Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff's hairy chest.
Yeah.
What was the other guy's name?
What was
Laurie
that
Holden. Laurie Holden. Huh? Throw another name out there for you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think that was a character's name. Or it could have been the name of the woman. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not... Okay, so what year was this again? What year did it come out? We weren't young, but we weren't, like, grown.
1989 it first came out.
So 89. So in the early 90s...
Yeah.
What were we? We were 10? We were like 10-ish in our early teens?
Early 90s?
Early teens. Yeah.
In 1989? Yeah, like 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was...
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, but here's the thing. So can I just tell you a quick little funny story? So you know how they had all those girls with all the big boobs and the, running around and right? Then they had the one older lady who didn't have big boobs. And I always be like, why is she on here? I just figured the show was like just a show for people to watch because they wanted to see that shit, right? So I'm like, why is she on here? What's her name again?
I have no idea what you're even talking about, Chris.
Look at the cast.
I'm looking at the cast list. You tell me.
Why are you not? But what I don't understand is what I don't understand is, first of all, her name was where was what? Why didn't you give me a picture?
I'm giving you a cast list.
Yeah, I need a picture.
It doesn't matter.
I can show you. If I had a picture, I could show you. How
Doesn't
many
matter.
versions of Baywatch were there, dude?
I don't know. There were movies. There was like Baywatch.
Carmen
Hawaii.
Electra was on it for one point. Yeah, the Hawaiian wedding. Why aren't you showing me a picture of? Anyway,
It doesn't matter.
yeah, you guys know who I'm talking about. I can't remember her name. And like, you're really killing me now because Jill.
I don't know. Let me see. I don't
know.
I wasn't a Baywatch fan.
Anyway, yeah, I didn't really watch it. Crap. And Reading Rainbow is about books and reading. Books and reading. And it encouraged, just encouraged children to read, bro. You know what I mean? And it got turned into an app in 2012 after it got canceled. Did you know that?
An app?
It got canceled in 2009. No, in 2006, and then it got came back.
All right.
For a little bit. Anyway, each episode featured a different book, often narrated by a celebrity. So, like, you'd have a celebrity narrating the book, and then they'd talk about the book. Then they do little interviews with people who wrote in the same genre. And then towards the end, they do like these little what they call capsule reviews, where they had children talk about the books they were reading and review them, I guess.
Okay. So
yeah, you want to hear some catchphrases?
No.
What? You don't?
You get one.
I'll see it. No, hold on. But you don't have to take my word for it. But you don't have to take my food for it. But you don't have to take my foot for it. Not in it at all. But you don't have to take my word for it.
That was one of the catchphrases?
Yeah. That was one of the catchphrases. And that's what led to the talking to the kids. So,
all right.
What do you want to do with that?
Well, the original theme song from Baywatch, when it was on NBC, was performed by Peter Cetera.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. It was rocking. It's a rocking good song.
Can you confirm?
Yeah.
Peter Cetera?
Yeah. Confirmed.
Yeah.
Myth not busted. So, Kenneth, what are we doing with this? Are we going to do a Baywatch? Hey,
if
man.
Somebody's drowning,
hey, man, no,
they need
hold
to
on.
answer questions.
No.
Listen.
Hold on, man.
Spell the word.
No, Kenny, that's not realistic. Okay?
Ambiguous.
That's not...
And I will save you.
Oh, you're
completely,
dead.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
sorry.
dead.
Spell dead.
Hold on. That could be, if you want, that could be a thing.
Too.
But how many Baywatches things were there, right? There's like 1,000? So let's make another one.
What?
No, we just make this another one. Maybe we make this like a TV, like a
like a Reading Rainbow that has the theme of the beach.
Now I was gonna say make it a Baywatch show. Like make it a Baywatch show, but there's something in it.
Like Reading Baybo.
I was gonna say no, man. I was gonna say like I guess it's a TV movie is more of a movie than a TV show. Can't do another movie. I was gonna say you do like a TV movie or a limited series, a limited run where it's like I'm not sure how to connect the Reading Rainbow yet. I'm just trying to get down like
I'm saying,
a
man,
base.
Spell this word right now.
But they're not conscious. So everybody dies?
If they're splashing around and they don't know how to swim and they fell out of a boat, well, tough luck.
But that's not the point of being a lifeguard. I got it.
All right.
So wait. No, put it away. Stop. Instead of actual trained legit lifeguards, they get literary giants. They get like the real literary minds to be the lifeguard. And they don't know what they're doing. They all read about it. They all read about how to be lifeguards, but they don't know how to do it, and then that's why people die. And they could even be like, "Oh, how do you spell this?" Or they could be like, "Oh, while the person is drowning, there's this amount of water that can go into your lungs before you actually drown. And technically, you're not actually drowning. Like they can just come up with dumb stuff like that. What do you think?
So is this going to be some kind of like game show?
No. Can it be a dramedy?
How about we have David Hasselhoff?
Okay, so now Reading Rainbows are like it's a show where it's like they present some information to you, and there's this theme. There's a theme every week, and the book is contains the theme of the week or whatever, right? But so we could do something like that, but in the middle of it, they just cut to these particular authors trying to save people who are drowning. It just cuts to it randomly, and they die, or they have to get rescued themselves from real lifeguards. It's just them trying to be lifeguards, and then it just goes back to like, well, let's talk about this book. And it's at the beach. It's always at the beach in the lifeguard tower. It's all set up like a nice like Reading Rainbow was, but only like in there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And yes, of course, David Hafsel. Oh my God, Hasselhoff, the Hofster, the Hoff. He's there. Oh, and he does a musical number every episode. Yes, because he's gonna want to do a musical number.
So my thought was that it was going to be like kind of a show with David Hasselhoff or Mitch or whoever the heck he is, right?
Buchanan.
Oh, you know this?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize I was speaking with the master. I think he should be like the host of a show where he has literary guests on, and they kind of have to jump into the water and recite, reading things or talk about like the same things with the Reading Rainbow would have been.
While trying to save someone?
Just while trying to be in the water, and then when it got to be too much, if they started to drown or something, he'd jump in and save them.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
I don't know. That was my idea.
You had a more concise idea, yeah. It's essentially what I was saying.
Okay.
Only I was doing it more Monty Python, where it would just cut to them wading through the water and then like drowning.
So there could be segments, and then he's introducing it and throwing people out there and into the water.
Baywatch, the reading years.
No, I don't like the reading thing.
Baywatch.
Or the years.
Baywatch. Saving the page. Save the date.
Save the date.
Man.
Unless it was like single literary masters, and they were setting them up on dates.
Why do you want to make this
in the water?
Why
and
do
then
you want
to call it Baywatch Save the Date? Because they have to save their date from drowning. And then if it gets to be too much, then he jumps in and helps them.
I mean, yes, I like the idea, but I feel like or
they throw a bunch of the fruits in dates, and they have to retrieve them all,
or both.
Sometimes it's a date.
So
but if they're already involved, then they're gonna be the fruit.
I don't want to put off or ostracize any of our German listeners, but you know how the Hof is huge in Germany, right? Mm-hmm. You're aware of this? It sounds like it's one of these like to us foreign weird game shows that you see on like YouTube where you're like, that looks ridiculous, and it's hosted usually by like some obscure 90s 80s actor. This sounds exactly like that, so I think that's what it should be. Yeah,
like Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey man,
don't
you knock Hercules.
He's got a show.
Does he? He should.
He probably does. Somewhere.
Can we
somewhere
bring,
out
can
there
we bring
he's just
Kevin into this?
He's riding high.
He must be riding high, man.
In like Argentina or something.
I don't know. Havana.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I like it.
Okay.
I like it. It's called Baywatch Save the Date. Man, it is. I don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
I gotta write this down now.
Write it on down. Okay, so we're moving on up. Moving on up.
All right. Cartoons.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, you go with yours.
If I can find it. If I can figure out where it is.
You can find it.
Oh, God. I forgot I had this. Wait. That's not it.
Go. Come on. Dead air.
Sorry.
Oh, Potato Head Kids. Cool.
Yeah. Because I realized something. Dang it.
What did you realize?
Nothing. Keep going. What do you got?
I have, of course I have this.
Space Ace.
Space H. Space H? Space Ace. All right. Space Ace was a video game that they made into like a cartoon.
I remember that.
Right.
Both things, I think.
You do remember?
I think I do.
This was actually part of the Saturday Supercade. Hello.
I remember those. Yeah, we talked
Right?
about that.
Yeah, we've talked about the Supercade already. So in season 2, they brought in Space Ace for a little bit of things.
Like 15 minutes or something.
Well, yeah, part of the show. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. All right. Space. It was very similar to the video game. You had Space Ace / Dexter, right? His partner.
His name is Dexter.
Yeah,
Okay,
his partner's name is Kimberly, and she'd call him Dexter. They call me Ace,
Right.
stuff like that. And the premise of Space Ace.
I don't remember.
There's this bad guy named Borf. All right, and he has something that is called a Infanto Ray. All right, Infanto Ray turns everybody that it hits into an infant. And that's how he wants to take over the world. He wants to take over the world by turning everybody into infants, so he's the only adult, and he rules the world.
Remember when I talked about Sky High last week?
Yeah.
That was basically the premise of Sky High. But
So
go ahead.
This is Space Ace.
Yeah.
Okay? Not to be confused with Space H. Okay?
I prefer Space H, but...
Anyway, in the cartoon, he can't really... He kind of gets hit with the ray a little bit.
A little bit?
A little bit. So he doesn't turn into an infant. He turns into like an adolescent, like a teenager. And he's a little goofy and silly and everything.
Good.
But it just happens randomly. Like it happens when he least expect it. Like he's talking to the boss and...
Really?
He's like, I'm Ace and this is my partner Kimberly.
Wow,
And yeah, we're
I
going
don't
to take care of the bad guy
recall
and
that
everything.
specific.
And then
Wow.
the boss would turn around and be like, yeah, we got to get this stuff back. And then he'd turn into like the crazy little, I'm a little goofball, and stuff like that. And, the boss would be like, where did Ace go? Like, who's this guy? I told you not to bring your little brother here and get him out of here. And then she'd
my God.
go into the hallway and talk and be like, you need to be Ace again. And he's like, I can't control the changes,
Oh my God.
And he changes back. And so he changes into, because he kind of gets hit with the ray, basically, is what it comes down to.
Right.
So it's interesting. It's an interesting premise.
No, I
Just
mean,
like the video
that's
game.
a silly, it sounds like a very silly, that happened in the game too?
In the game, specifically in the game, like this is stuff. I don't know if he learned to control it in the cartoon or anything like that, but in the game, he had a wristwatch that could temporarily put him back as an adult.
Right.
In order to do things, but then he would revert back.
I remember
after a certain amount of time.
Yeah. I don't remember the game. Like I don't know if I played it, but I remember it being
It was one of those Laserdisc games like Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
In the arcade.
Yeah.
It looked like a cartoon, basically.
All right, look, Potato Head kids. What do you want to know? They were paired with My Little Pony. Okay.
All right.
Which played 15 minutes. So that it's like one of those. It's again a cartoon within a cartoon. You may remember this. It was part of. There was also Moon Dreamers and Glow Friends. Remember Glowworm?
Yeah.
And they had Glow Friends.
Oh yeah, we've
Moon Dreamers. Yeah.
talked about Glow Friends.
Obviously, Mr. Potato Head is the adult in this, and there's all these little Potato Head kids. They
could have called them like Potato Tots, Tater Tots.
Tater Tots would have been awesome,
But
that might have already been a thing, though. I don't know.
I don't think it was.
It was
I
the
think
80s,
I think
man.
they want to exercise their right to use the copyright of Mr. Potato Head.
What's
or
the 80s?
Potato
Yeah, it was
Head.
85. Well, look, here's the thing. We got okay, so there was Potato Head, Miss Potato Head. You had Big Chip, who was the head of them. You had Puff. She wore a bonnet. Spud,
Yeah.
cowboy hat. Lumpy,
Lumpy.
beanie.
Beanie.
Then you had Lolly, Slick, Spike, and Smarty Pants, a female potato, and Green Hair Bow, who was the smartest of the potatoes. Then, for some, those have to be antagonists. So there was Grease's gang. Grease was, him and his gang hated the Potato Head kids. Why? Couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Just
Didn't
because.
matter. They hated him.
You have to have them.
So here's the thing. You know who Scott Grimes is? Remember Critters? The redhead from Critters? The main character from Critters? He's on the Orville now. Yeah, he did a voice. So did Breckin Meyer. And who Breckin Meyer is?
Uh-huh.
right? That guy. He did a voice too.
Okay.
Yeah. Just little tidbits for you. Just
Little
a
tidbits.
bit.
Okay.
I'm
So what do we have to work with here?
gonna slide my microphone.
We're gonna have Mr. Potato Head revert back into a tot every so often.
Oh, that's an interesting situation.
We're gonna put them in space.
Yes, I say both. I say we put. What? Isn't this thing supposed to protect my peas?
Probably not when it's right on top of the microphone.
Is this thing's poop? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, I think we do everything. I think we put them in space, all of them.
Yeah.
And I think Mr. Potato Head gets hit with that infantile ray.
Infanto Ray.
Whatever, man.
Come on, man.
Infanto Ray.
Infanto Ray. So
What year
yeah,
is it?
all right. So you want to
tell
put?
me? Can you tell me what year that was? Curious.
Oh, this show?
Yeah.
Let us see. 1984.
Oh, so this is 85. So okay, no, this is like perfect, man.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
It's perfect timing for them.
So let's call it like space tots.
Oh yeah, we're definitely using the word tots.
Yeah.
Space tots.
I kind of like
Not to be
space
confused
tots.
with space dots,
Space dots.
which is a whole nother thing.
Oh, I don't even know. Space tots.
That's not a real thing.
Okay.
I made that up.
Oh, you're very convincing.
I know. Acting. Space tots.
Space tots.
How about the space? No, I'm just kidding. Space tots. So what? Zany Ventures in space.
That's it. He reverts to a
He
tot.
reverts to a tot.
And back to Mr. Potato Head uncontrollably. And he's always talking about the young whippersnappers, and it's really him that he's talking about.
Yeah, I like it.
And he doesn't realize it. Let's say he doesn't realize it when he turns into Mr. Potato Head. He only, maybe he remembers it the other way around. Right? Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay. He remembers it when he's a kid, or a tot, but he can't really articulate that.
Yeah.
But when he's Mr. Potato Head, he has no idea what
went
happened.
on.
Yeah.
You know, I like that. That's a good memory thing. That'd be like it's a funny little device to put in there.
Yeah. Like,
Can't remember any
what
of
are
the
those
foibles,
whippersnappers?
Yeah.
What are they doing to me?
I like it.
All
right. Can we move
Cool.
on?
Yeah, let's move on. Plain and simple.
All right. What's next? Video games?
Yup. I think you're first.
Sure. What do I have? It's a game made for you. Nope, that's... Just take a look.
Oh, Zanac.
Yep.
Zanac.
Do you remember
Zanac?
that?
I do remember that. That was on NES. If I'm not mistaken, did it have something to do with... There was the Guardian Legend. Does it have anything to do with that?
Nope.
Guardian Legend had something to do with another game, though.
Not this one. So, this is a top-down space shooter. Okay? You
Okay.
can shoot ground things. It's...
A little bit like Xevious.
Right. Exactly. Yes. That's if you want to that's yeah. Here's the thing though. The thing about this game is that it had the one distinguishing aspect of this was the fact that it had a unique enemy AI, and they called it automatic level of difficulty control, or ALC, and what it did was ALC measured the system's aggressiveness and the game's difficulty depending on the player's actions. So for example, if you're shooting the main cannon like frequently and you're collecting power-ups and failing to destroy bosses within like a time limit,
Yeah.
then the ASC will increase, so enemies will get harder. But if you're not only will the enemies get harder, there'll be more of them on screen. So it adjusted. And then, but if you were dying a lot and restarting the level and then it would bring it down, and there'd be less enemies and it would be less harder.
Really?
So this is like a unique, yeah, dude. This is actually, I mean, for is 86, man. Like that's some cool programming.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it had power ups. You Yeah. power-ups. The same shit,
Yeah.
You fired your cannon and stuff. The name of the ship was the AFX. This is it's a Starfighter dub. The AFX 60-6502 Zanac.
Okay.
Or Zanac.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, there's definitely something we can do with that. I think that's pretty cool. Innovative, right? Ahead of its time.
ALC.
Almost.
Yeah.
I do have something that I feel is extremely innovative from back in the day. Solar Jetman.
Solar Jetman for Nintendo.
Yeah, subtitled Hunt for the Golden Warship. Now, this was a game that 12 levels of different planets, okay? You had a little spaceship pod, okay? And what you did in the game, each planet had its own gravitational pull, and you had trajectory, basically, where you'd put on your thrusters, almost like asteroids a little bit, where you'd float around, but you also had to lift up items and bring them places. Either put them through a wormhole, bring them back to the ship. You had to get enough fuel to go to the next planet.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool because when you're picking up the items, it would add weight, and it would be more of a gravitational pull.
Yeah.
And you'd have to try to, navigate through.
What was the control for this? This is on Nintendo, so it's only 2 buttons. So it's basically just.
It was, yeah.
And it's not analog, right? So it was like.
Right.
You just press it and you let it go.
And you point in a different direction. You try to counterbalance.
I never played this game.
Now
that game, but I can imagine your thumbs on that little brick of the controller must have been hurting
especially
so bad because I would have been like I know I would have been doing that.
Yes.
Dang.
So really, really cool. It was basically gravitational pull and then drag when you had like an item on you.
Yeah.
Now, what would happen in the game is sometimes you'd get hit. All right. So sometimes you'd go in there and an enemy would hit you, and you get hit, and now you turned into your little pod broke, and now you just have your little dude.
Little man running around.
Now you're just a little man
around.
shooting around and stuff like that. And if you get hit again here, you lose a life. You have to try to get back to the pod or the mothership.
Can you shoot as a pod?
Another pod again.
No, as a pod you didn't have a gun.
I don't know if you did or not. I don't think you did.
All right. I've heard
but they give you really, really cool concept.
Okay.
Game, critics loved it. It got great reviews. People who played it loved it. It didn't do too well in the sales department.
Yeah.
So even though it was a third in the series, it was on I guess Commodore or something like that.
But the first one for Nintendo.
No, that was a third in the series.
It's third on Nintendo,
but on
really?
Nintendo, there was only one.
That's what I'm saying, and it was the third. It was the first on Nintendo. Yeah.
So, but anyway, Solar Jetman, he was kind of a goofy looking dude.
I remember that. I remember that from the computer. Yeah.
Yes.
I remember that from the computer. Yeah.
Yeah, Commodore 64.
Yeah.
So really, really cool sounding game. 12 planets, developed by Rare.
Oh, nice. Rareware. Nice.
Yeah, published by Trade West, but from 1990. Pretty cool little game.
So what do we do here? Okay, so we've got an AI system, ALC, and we've also got a gravity-based system.
Yes, and each system would be different. That was the thing. It wasn't every planet was the same.
No, I meant system as in computers.
I know, but what I don't know if I got that across before.
Each
of the planets were different.
Right.
They all had their own gravitational pull and different, layout of the levels where it was a little bit more intricate to try to get through areas and two other parts. So
we're working with the side scrolling and a top-down shooters, more or less. I like the concept of the thing coming out of the pod.
Yeah, I really like that idea too.
All right. So we should include little pod.
Yeah, I like the idea of that. I think that's kind of cool.
We should include,
and it's funny because the last episode we talked about like Blaster Master a little bit, where they had like the little ship and he can come. Now he can come out voluntarily and run around and stuff like that when he needs to get to smaller areas to go run around, but out of his little car thing, right?
Yeah,
kind of cool, but similar, but not exactly.
Right, and so in this one we have that, but then we also have the gravity. Different. We have so.
Yeah, I really like the idea of that.
I also like this ALC system. I don't really care so much. The basic thing is it's a shooter with power-ups.
Who cares?
Whatever. It is what it is. That's going to be in this, I guess. But you can also... But what I like is the ramping of the difficulty. So how about Can we make... It's a set of different worlds, different planets, different systems that you travel to. Only you're not just collecting items, and you're also fighting. So you have to literally like fight your way into an area. How about this? You fight your way into an area. Once you get into that, you got to navigate it using gravity, whatever the case. Get out, get back in, do whatever you got to do. You know.
Well, that's the thing. Now, when you're saying get out, get back in.
Of the starship, it's not a pod anymore. Let's make it like
it's like a starship. So now you can get out of this.
It's the Zanac. It'll be the Zanac.
Right. It's the Zanac, but now you can get in and out of it.
Or the pod comes from the Zanac.
In and out of it will. I like that.
Okay,
I like how you can get out of it, and you can maybe like call the ship to you if you need to when you get to a spot or something. Maybe it can be a little bit like this future game that hasn't been invented yet called Titanfall, where you have your Titan and you can say, "Hey, guard this area, or go fight and do stuff while I go in here." And it can clear enemies away and keep you clear. So when you come back out of like a cave or something like that, you can call it back to you and you can get back into it. I think that's.
I like that idea. How about also? I want to do something like with this ALC. I want to expand on that because that's a good positive way.
What does ALC stand for? You keep saying it.
Oh, it's.
I know you said it before, but I already forgot.
Yeah, it's artificial. Intel power, automatic level of difficulty control.
Okay.
Automatic level of difficulty control.
Okay.
So why? So then shouldn't it be ALDC?
I don't know. I just think that's. I don't know. I just think.
I like saying ALC.
I know I've seen stuff like that before, where it's like the difficulty adapts to your play style.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know what. I don't.
Not just difficulty though, but like it wasn't just difficulty of the NPC things or the enemies. It was also how many it put on the screen. Like that was the thing. So that's okay. So those are all the things we have. Then we've got. We're gonna go with those things. They're gonna be. You can get out of the thing. I really like the idea of the ship protecting you, type situation, or you can tell it what to do. And then I like. Now there is a story to Zanac. It was basically like
quick one sentence blurb. You against what?
It was Pandora's box. The system's like a Pandora's box, like they were trying to, like get it or something. So we do something with that, where it's like there's an overall, there's a reason for this guy going around the universe. But what I wanted to also just say was that I think that in addition to enemy difficulty, I was saying maybe you could randomly generate these things for. The different worlds they go on. So not only you have the gravity, you have, no two, like yours isn't going to be the same as mine. You know what I mean? Like in your game, like that world isn't going to be the same as my world.
Well, wouldn't that be adaptive to like if you're having a hard time?
Yes, that's my point.
Gravity,
the difficulty,
it's going to make it a little bit easier.
Right.
For it.
It'll make the caves or whatever it is, little.
Yeah.
It'll generate the algorithm will make it a little like easier, like you said.
I keep spacing out because I remember there being a game. I don't remember if it was an old game or a newer game that did have that adaptive gameplay, where it would kind of increase in difficulty the better you were, or it would ease up a little bit if you were having a hard time.
Zanac?
No, I don't believe it was Zanac. I just feel like there was something that they came out with, that did that.
Yeah, whatever.
So that adjusted to your gameplay style.
Anyway, let's not dwell into that. So this was called What was it called again?
Solar Jetman. For the Golden Warship.
Solar Jetman of Zanac. I want to call this a Zanac game. Can we call it? What do you want to call it? I want to do like maybe Zanac. Solar Jetman's reprieve or something, you know what I mean? Like just something like the death of Solar Jetman, like it's like his final game or something.
Oh man, poor little Solar Jetman.
Do you know what I mean? Like I want to do something like, what do you think?
That's fine.
So what I say? The death of Solar Jetman.
Yeah,
think that's fun. I mean, I don't know. I think it's good. What do you, I don't know. What do you, yeah?
No, I think that's fun.
What are you looking up?
I'm just looking up just in general the adaptive difficulty.
Okay, well.
And there's already a term for it, like DDF or something like that. I'm not kidding.
DTF?
I'm not kidding.
It's
already happened. It's already been a thing.
Look, I think it's gonna
Dynamic game difficulty balancing.
dynamic game.
DDA or DGB. Right, elements, speed of enemies, health of enemies.
But when is that?
Frequency
When
of
was that
enemies.
though? When was that initiated? When?
It's just AI. Traditionally, game levels increase steadily.
But when was that a implementation? Like when did they start implementing that
It's
into
just
video
the thing.
games?
Uses in recent video games.
Because this is
Mule,
1986,
Global
bro.
Conquest. It says the first Crash Bandicoot game made use of dynamic difficulty adjustment systems, slowing down obstacles and adding continue points according to the number of deaths that you had.
Yeah, don't they do? Yeah, they all do something like that now.
But that's the thing.
But this is back in
Resident Evil 4 did it in 2005.
Right.
It had a system called the difficulty scale, unknown to most players, as the only mention of it was in the official strategy guide. The system grades the player's performance on a scale of 1 to 10 and adjusts both enemy behavior, attacks, and enemy damage resistance based on a player's performance.
All right, so yeah,
So
but
Left 4 Dead did it.
yeah, this is 87.
Madden 09, Fallout 3.
Yeah, but
The player
you're
increases in
talking
level.
about stuff that's after this. So
Well, I know, but an
it
early
became a thing.
An early example of difficulty balancing can be found in Zanac.
There you go.
Right on here, the last paragraph.
So an early boom. So Zanac was the
Yep.
beginning.
The game featured a unique adaptive artificial intelligence.
There you go.
So earlier than this, there's an instance in Midway's Gunfight, 1975.
Okay.
So it was a head-to-head shoot 'em up. It
Atari?
says here.
That was Atari, no?
What's that? Gunfight?
Yeah.
No, there was
Arcade? No, didn't do
there was a game called Outlaw on the Atari.
I don't know.
Yeah, the game would put like a cactus on the screen so you can hide easier if you were having a hard time.
Okay.
It's interesting. I think that's very interesting. I did not realize that Zanac was so early on in the.
Well, I like that though.
in the
I
thing,
like having the you know.
I think it's really cool. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like it.
I
like
do
it.
too.
So bring it on. So, what's the name of it? Death of Solar Jetman.
Yeah, Zanac, Death of Solar Jetman.
Radio. I like it.
So
Good deal. So
game
what do we
is
have?
good. I mean, you know, we've got Toulon's Flat, Baywatch, Save the Date, Spare Tots.
Yeah, I'm going for the game again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the game, man. I'm not, I'm just, I'm like showing you the back of that.
I don't
you
care.
know, like saying,
I don't care about your
yeah,
I don't care about your piece of paper.
yeah. I don't know, man. I think that'll do it. I think that's gonna do it, man.
One time I would love like if we just both got like the same. Like how great would it be if I'm like, oh, I have Solar Jetman, and you're like, I have Solar Jetman. Like would that like break the universe?
Yeah, kind
It
of.
would kind of be cool. I mean, we did have that one that was already done before,
Yeah.
where the two combined and they already had a show.
And it already made the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool though. I like that better
like
than
Space Ace,
getting the same.
no, not
Space
Space
Ghost.
Ghost. Space Ghost.
But I like the idea. I like that idea better than us both getting the same one because we both get the same one.
Yeah,
What do we do?
it's
Well,
two
you know
of that
what?
character.
We'll wait until see that until that
it'll
happens.
have to happen. Yeah.
You know, and it's funny because I never actually thought about these things. Like when we came up with this idea, we're like, "Oh, this will be a good idea. Let's run with it and see what happens, see how it works out." It's been working out so far. We enjoy doing it, but then there are these little idiosyncrasies where you're like, "Oh my god, I didn't even think of that actually happening."
Yeah.
Never thought of us combining something to actually make another show that's actually out there already.
Yep.
And I never actually thought about us possibly getting the same exact thing.
Yeah.
RNG. It's RNG gods, man.
That's it.
All right. Yeah. So, we're gonna drop this. Is done. It was an episode.
Yep.
Again, if you guys want to join us,
Yep.
get in touch with us on any of the ways to get in touch with us at Gmail, RetroSquat at Gmail, or at RetroSquat on any social things, and let us know if you guys want to join us. You can come on in for a category and get to spin your wheels like we do, and you get to come up with the dumb names.
Yeah.
It's the worst part of this for me, anyway. Dumb names. And yeah, I'm gonna say that's it. I had something else I wanted to say,
Maybe.
man. I don't remember.
Okay.
It doesn't matter.
Mm.
I'm tired. Let's just end this now.
Yep. End
All
it.
right, bye.
Next.